Hey guys, welcome to my channel, A Spark of Sam. I'm Sam and my channel is about all the things that bring a little spark into my life, which includes books. And today we are going to be doing my first ever book haul. I've never done one of these before on BookTube, and what better time to do it than in September? We're getting into spooky season. I am an October baby, and spooky season is life. Also, I don't know what happened this month, but I am like completely unhinged with book buying. And even up till today, I told myself I'm done for the month. And today is September 7th, which by the time y'all see this, I don't know when it'll be, but on September 7th, I was like, oh, I don't need to buy any more books. Literally yesterday, I bought 2 more. And September 7th is National Book Buying Day, or I don't know if it's national or just a day that someone decided that today is the day to buy books. So I couldn't resist buying another book. So that is where we're going to start with what I bought today at Barnes & Noble, which also my husband got a book too. So the book that I got was The Dead Romantics. I have never read this book and I've heard a lot of great things. I've heard it's awesome for, like a fun, spooky rom-com, and based on the back synopsis, I think I really like it. So I'm not going to read all of the synopsis because we'll be here for a long time, but I just kind of want to give you like why I bought it. I'll be honest, I'm not the type of person that normally even reads the synopsis. A lot of these books are based on me seeing TikTok or seeing some of my Bookstagram friends recommend books, and they're just auto buys. And so I bought it because of that. This was on an end cap at Barnes & Noble, which was also with the X-Hex and the Kiss Curse. I always get it mixed up. I think it's the Kiss Curse, not the Curse Kiss. I love those books by Aaron Sterling, and this was on an end cap with a bunch of other like fun romantic books. And a lot of my friends are reading The 7-Year Slip, and it's by the same author, and a lot of people recommend this one, so I bought it. That was the reason I bought it. There are a lot of other books, but that was the reason I bought it. If you guys want more synopsis and details in my future haul videos, please let me know. Please leave a comment. Give me suggestions. I'm new to this. I'm learning, but I'm here for it. And yeah, so that's why I got this one. And however, I mean, this was my husband's pick, but it's going on my bookshelf, and it's Classic Horror Stories, the Barnes & Noble edition. I love collecting the Barnes & Noble special editions. They're gorgeous. I have like Winnie the Pooh, Alice in Wonderland, The Little Mermaid, Peter Pan, like a lot of like classics, and they're super reasonably priced, and they're gorgeous to look at. So whether you have them on a bookshelf or out on display, they're gorgeous, and they have some like fun stories, and what a perfect one for spooky season. So I'm excited to like flip through and read a couple of these stories and see what's actually in this book. It says featuring stories on the back if you're curious, but I got these 2 at Barnes & Noble. Then I'll be honest, I get a lot of my books from Amazon. It's just easier for me. Barnes & Noble is a good trip away, and we don't have any local bookstores, so Walmart and Amazon are kind of it. I try to buy from local bookstores as much as possible, and if I go into a bookstore, I always buy at least one thing. You have to. You got to support the local small bookshops. But it's hard to do that where I live geographically, so I don't do it all the time, but when I can go out, I love to support them. Speaking of which, also I have been introduced to Pango, which is an online book selling and buying website. I'm sure if you're on BookTube or Bookstagram, you're well aware of it. It's new to me. I bought some books off of my friend last month in August. So actually, based on the Dead Romantics vibes, I'm actually feeling like I'm really gonna like this because I don't have them yet. A lot of them just shipped. I bought almost the complete series of The Mediator by Meg Cabot. I think that's how you say her name. She also wrote The Princess Diaries, and I never read the books, but the movies are inspired by her books, and I love The Princess Diaries. I just watched that not too long ago, and I had originally thought I was buying the whole series separately, until one of the sellers said that actually she didn't update her inventory and she was out of one book, and I could not find it anywhere on Pango. So I might have to buy that one on Amazon, but originally I was going to buy the complete set on Amazon, and it was like $120. This is a YA series that I read in high school and finished in college, and I absolutely loved it. Essentially, she's a mediator, and she moves to this new town. I think it was in California, and this is all based on what I just remember from literally years ago, but I was obsessed with it. She moves to this town in California, and her house is haunted by a ghost, but he's kind of attractive, and she helps ghosts cross over to the other side, but she has to solve the mystery of why they haven't crossed over. And it's just, I loved it. It was like Nancy Drew meets like spooky ghost hunter vibes, so I was all about it, and that's why The Dead Romantics was giving me the same vibes just by reading the back really quick. So I'm getting that whole set, which I'm so excited about. On Amazon, it was going to be over $100, and what I'm getting, I have 5 out of the 6 books, and it was like $35. Game changer. So I try to look for used books now that are in good condition on Pango, so I have those books coming. Now, besides that, I get a lot of my books from Walmart and Amazon. So I'm going to show you my Walmart book haul, which I didn't plan on buying these books. I did not plan on buying these books, but I had just finished Maybe Someday by Colleen Hoover. My husband actually bought me that book a couple months ago, and I was hoping to get to it this summer, and I didn't. I binge read it in 2 days. I love Colleen Hoover, and I think that's like my all-time favorite Colleen Hoover book that I've read so far. Besides Verity is also pretty level, but they're so different. So I feel like Maybe Someday so far is my favorite. And then when I found out that there was a novella and a sequel, I had to get them. So I got those from Walmart. And that is Maybe Not and Maybe Now. I actually already read this one last night. It's really short. It's only 120 pages. Spoiler alert, I didn't love it as much as the first one, but it's not about the main characters. I guess it's not really a spoiler. It's about other characters, but you want to read this after you read Maybe Someday, and then Maybe Now is about the original characters. I think I'm really excited for it. So one of the things I also do is Book of the Month, and my Book of the Month pick this month was The Stranger Upstairs. I normally get thrillers with Book of the Month. That's just my go-to. They have a lot of thrillers on there. That's actually almost all of these are thrillers. And I loved the cover. I know you're not supposed to judge a book by its cover, but we'll talk about covers more because if you have a pretty cover and am somewhat intrigued by the synopsis or just by good reviews, I'm a sucker. I'm a sucker for it. I'm all for people doing extra with their covers. But this was my Book of the Month pick, and yeah, I'm excited for it. Okay, now we're going to move on to my Amazon book picks. And like I said, I would do the synopsis of all of these, but I was not expecting to buy this many books. So if I buy less every month and you guys want to know more about each book, definitely let me know in the comments, because I know like a little bit of a synopsis is really helpful, but some of these are really long and I don't want this to be a 500 million minute video. But my next book is, because I am a patron of Patreon of The Dreamy Dragon Den, which is by Kendall at Bookphoria. She is having a book club this month, which is the September House, and it's based on a haunted house, and honestly that's all I really need to know about books, especially this time of the year. So I'm really excited for the September House, for her book club. Also, I am hosting my first ever book club with my friend April. It's called Tales of Starlight Book Club. We are doing Divine Rivals for the first pick, which is the month of September. And it's a fantasy book club, but we also do practical magic. Like I said, this is our first pick. It's bi-monthly, free to everyone. You'll be seeing more on my channel about it. Just wanted to give that a little shout out. Because that's something that I will be doing now bi-monthly, and I'm so excited for it. Kingdom of the Wicked. I saw this on Book Talk and it sounded intriguing, and I honestly don't really remember much about it, but the cover's gorgeous. I love it, and like I said, I'm sorry, but I am a sucker for amazing covers and amazing details with books, and it doesn't take much after that. So that was another one. So also kind of going along with the Dead Romantics is Whatcha Gonna Do. This was actually suggested by a couple of different book people I follow, and like I said, I'm all about the rom-com spookiness. Yeah, it's apparently a little bit spicy based on the top. It says, an unlikely witch and her know-it-all nemesis must team up in the first of a new spicy romantic comedy series. We're all for that. I love a little bit of spice and enemies to lovers. That is my trope. So I picked up this one. So excited for it. I'm also about like spooky, dark, whether it's fantasy or romance. I'm also about that too. And so this came up on my Book Talk, which is The Coven. The cover is super gorgeous. I absolutely love it, and I'm excited for it. Now, will I get to all of these? Probably not, but I'm ready for next year. I'm ready for next year. Next, we have Small Town Big Magic. This was also at Barnes & Noble on the end cap, and it's so cute. I love the colors. The title says it all. It's giving me all the vibes. It reminds me of, you know, like Sabrina the Teenage Witch, the old version, not the new version, mixed with like Gilmore Girls. I don't know why. Just that's the vibes it was giving me from the cover. Then this one has actually been on my wish list for a while. I stumbled upon the author's TikTok a while ago, and her story is kind of crazy. She has cancer and is dealing with that while also being an author. And it's Hooked, which, I mean, this is at Barnes & Noble. I saw it like on multiple places at Barnes & Noble. I've seen it all over Bookstagram and my Book Talk. And I'm so excited to finally get to it. I heard it's spicy. I try to just give you guys like what I know without reading the synopsis, because I don't know. sometimes I don't like reading the synopsis. I feel like I like going in blind to books. That's probably weird. I like hearing about synopsis, but then I forget about it. Does that make sense? I don't know. I apologize if that is frustrating for you. But like I said, based on what I've heard from this book, I'm excited for it. Then this is also one that has been literally all over my Instagram, is Bring Me Your Midnight. And this is one that the cover is gorgeous, right? It's even prettier if you take the dust jacket off of it. I've seen a couple like amazing reviews about this, and then I've seen a lot of people say it's overhyped. I try not to let that get to me, no matter what, whether people say they really like it or they don't. I try to go in with a clear head. And honestly, I'm such a mood reader that I'll read pretty much anything, but if I'm not in the mood for it, I know I won't rank it as high, so I try to read it when I think I will be in the mood for it. With that being said, this is it without its dust jacket. Isn't that insane? It's so pretty. And it says, he comes alive in darkness, so darkness I become. I'm sold. I don't need much after that. And then it's got a gorgeous map on it. And the back. So I'm very excited for this one. Very, very excited. So it is fantasy. More Hooked is also fantasy. Honestly, I feel like almost all of these are a little bit of fantasy, minus like the thrillers. And then this one is shifting gears a little bit because I'm just trying to get a head start on book buying for the Christmas season. I don't have a lot of Christmas books yet, but I was trying to get them now before, the crazy shipping debacle we'll probably have in a couple months. So I got Love Light Farms. I've heard so many good things about this series, and the fact that it starts with this book and then they have all the different seasons. I love the cover. I think it's so cute. It sounds amazing. I'm all about the small town, small farm romances, especially during Christmas time. So that's getting a head start on that one, but I did buy it now. Now we are in my personal season of the sequels. I know I told you I got the sequel to Maybe Someday, and that is just one of the sequels I have gotten. This one that I just picked up is Daughter of Siren Queen, which is the sequel of Daughter of the Pirate King. Also highly recommend getting these editions. The covers are amazing. So this is the first one. This is the second one. They're so pretty, and this was a 5-star read for me. I plan on doing a little bit more about that book because I'm just obsessed. I really loved it. It's YA fantasy. It really feels like Pirates of the Caribbean, but a female lead. And I'm here for it. So this is what it's like without its dust jacket. It's so pretty. This one has a map on it, and on the front and back. And I just loved the painted edges. It's so pretty, and I really love this character. So I'm excited to see how things pan out. And then there is a third one. I did not buy that yet. I figured since I've bought each of these separately, I'll wait to buy the third one because they're a little bit more pricier because of the edition, but I think they're so worth it. So one of the other sequels I picked up is the sequel of The Serpent and the Wings of Night. That was a 5-star book for me, and I absolutely loved it. So I got the second one, which is The Ashes and the Star-Cursed King. And this is a big book. The first book is pretty big. I mean, like page-wise is nothing crazy. I think it's like 600 and some, but it's like heavy. It's a heavy, heavy book. Okay, so I grabbed the first one. Don't mind the bookmark. My husband's reading it, and otherwise he'll use paper, so I gave him one of my bookmarks. But I love the cover. As you can see, I annotated this one, but I absolutely loved this book, and I cannot wait to find out what happens in the second one. But I thought the first one like had a lot of info, and the second one is way bigger. This, you could do some damage with this. They're big books. I'm so excited for it. And so for my last of the book haul that I don't have in yet, that I will be getting in the middle of September, is the sequel to A River Enchanted, and it's called A Fire Endless. This was another one that I read for my old fantasy book club that is no more, but this was a 5-star read for me, and I'm so dedicated to the characters that it was an instant buy for the second book in paperback, because if you look up the hardcover, to me it's pretty, but it's not this. And the paperback to the sequel is all red flames. I'll post a picture. It is gorgeous, and that comes out, I think it gets delivered to me the 19th of September, and I'm so excited for that one too. Like I said, I have so many sequels I have to read now on top of my fantasy book club book pick, and then 2 other book club picks that I'm in. But that's okay, because come October, I'm going to be binging all of these books, and I can't wait. So that is my haul, guys. I hope it wasn't too confusing. I hope to learn a little bit more after doing this and seeing what you guys like and what you want to hear and see from me on my booktube, along with my other stuff too. So if you could, please give this video a thumbs up, subscribe, give me some constructive criticism. I'm here for it. Like I said, I'm learning. I hope you guys enjoyed it, and I can't wait to get reading with you guys. Bye!